If you could only have one car to do everything, what would it be? You'd want it to be fast, efficient would be nice, maybe a plug-in hybrid. Let's say it would seat 5, be luxurious, and come from a brand with some cachet. It'd be nice if it could handle snow and maybe tow 7,000 pounds. If this all seems like an unreasonable list of demands, we have a solution right here. The Lamborghini Urus SE. All you need is $250,000 or so. This one here costs a little bit more, $373,934. But what are you supposed to do, not get the Bianco Sapphires paint for 20 grand? The Bang & Olufsen sound system is about $8,000. These 23-inch rims are a little more than $7,000. Even the cross-stitching on the interior is about $1,400. There's really no such thing as a base Urus, and probably also no two that are exactly alike. That's part of the appeal. Well, as I expected, everything's under a big cover, but at least it's a cool cover. It says V8 Turbo Compresso on it. And yeah, that means it's a twin turbo V8, 4 liters, 612 horsepower out of this, the rest out of the hybrid electric side, for a total of $789. It's a pretty strong family SUV, I would say. It gets out of its own way. We estimate the SE will hit 60 miles per hour in less than 3 seconds and sneak under 11 seconds in the quarter mile. Pulling out onto the highway, and we gotta go. Yeah, no problem merging. Yeah, that was 50 real quick. It's plenty quick enough. I think it's entirely believable that this can hit 60 in 3 seconds or maybe a little bit less. All right, these are all your primary controls on the console, and it looks a little complicated and daunting, as it should. This is a fighter jet on wheels. We're gonna flip up that red cover, press start, and it's gonna roar. Now it's gonna start up in electric mode, so the first thing that I do is I toggle this lever over here down into sport. That fires up the engine. And then you put it in gear with the paddle shift up here. And then if you want to force it to recharge the battery, you press this button, and then eventually the exhaust will take on this like deep burble as it lugs a little bit to charge the battery. Powered up, but hybrid mode. And even, let's cut the engine, EV mode. Nice, serene, if that's what you want. So, over here, our Anima lever. We've got Strada, Sport, Corsa, Sabbia, Terra, and Neve. But it's basically street, sport, track. Sabbia is sand, Terra, earth, and Neve, snow. Sport is a nice all-around one, I think. Engine is fired, loud, not too loud. It's a good compromise. But really, if you want to go long distance or something, Strada, it's the hybrid mode. See, your H is lit up right here. And it's very, I dare say, mellow. I mean, listen, the engine's not even on right now. Now leave it to Lamborghini to have a button marked ego. Yes, let's do something here with my ego. Well, it's your menus that sort of duplicates. Hey, give me my ego back. You can make your own custom mode. I want the softest ride, but I want the most aggressive stability control, maybe. Could do that. And let's tic-tac-toe. There we go. That's my ego setting. I would say the back seat could be described as acceptable for 5 people, comfortable for 4. Got your center console, your little, I mean, this is like for an espresso or something, your little tiny cup holders. And you've got your own climate control back here. Now, it's comfortable, it's perfectly fine. However, for my $300,000 luxury SUV backseat experience, maybe I'm going something more like the Bentayga. I want to be right there. I want to be in the front. Now you might say this isn't the biggest cargo area, and that's true, but big for a Lamborghini though, isn't it? I like how even this is leather. You want to load your groceries, is this too tall for you? You can lower the rear end. Or for hooking up a trailer, if you're gonna do that, that's handy. The SE is a plug-in hybrid, so you can plug it in right there and get up to 35 miles of EPA-rated range, or you can force the car to charge itself off of the engine. Now, when you get in, it defaults to electric mode, and that's kind of funny because, say, for the first couple miles, it's keeping track of your miles per gallon, and it maxes out at 300. So you could be a couple miles into your drive and look at the trip computer and be like, hey, I'm getting 300 miles per gallon in my Lamborghini. It's pretty good. It doesn't last. What's in here, you ask? It's a Lamborghini branded charger. Who'd have thought? Plug-in Lamborghinis. The blue line there is recouping energy to the battery. When I hit the brake, that's regen right there. Okay, we're in electric mode. Driving along on a back road, 32 miles an hour, chilling out. The engine is off. Just using the electric side. And we've got 23 miles of range right now. The battery is a little bit more than half charged. So if you were trying to use this as a daily driver and actually get decent fuel economy, or if you didn't care about hearing the V8 all the time, then Strada mode here does a good job. How about Corsa? I mean, turbocharged V8s are not always super loud because the turbos have a muffling effect. They're like, you know, they're sitting there on the exhaust manifolds muffling. And this has a muffler, but boy, it's loud. If I'm in Corsa mode, probably one of the first things I do is hit this M for manual, and now I can shift with the paddles. Yeah. And it's almost like you're playing an instrument. Right here, it calls for a special Volkswagen formulation of oil. Volkswagen owns Lamborghini. And that's my segue to point out that the Porsche Cayenne, the Audi Q8, the Bentley Bentayga, are all part of the same family. Although this is obviously, I would say, the most performance forward of that quartet, as it should be, because it's the Lamborghini. It is funny that some people immediately clock this as a Lamborghini. For other people, it's invisible, and that's kind of nice. They just see it's a white SUV. Oh, what's the badge? It's a Lamborghini? Oh, okay. But people who know what it is, you know, if you know, you know. It's one of those things. The Urus is really fun to drive, as you'd imagine, but it's also very usable. When you're not exploring its ridiculous performance, the Urus can play daily driver just fine. There's a reason that this is the most popular Lamborghini. It's your everyday Italian grocery getter. And yes, the Urus is expensive, but think of it this way. Instead of getting an SUV, a sports car, and a luxury sedan, you can just get one of these.